As many may know, U.S. intelligence 6 months ago uncovered that the Republic of ELMAR and their newly elected President Grimmick were in pursuit of nuclear weaponry. This was a major threat to U.S. national security, which required us to act upon that acquisition. The tactics we decided to employ were, were soft and hard power tactics, but hard power before the soft power due to the fact that President Grimmick had large hostile actions as well as feelings for U.S. foreign policy making, as well as any sort of discussion regarding the issue. We wanted to get President Grimmick to actually see that we were trying to come up with an agreement and not just simply cease or deter that acquisition of nuclear weaponry. In order to do this, we did economic sanctions, we restricted banking access, as well as controlled exports of technology on the Republic of Almar, which raised the cost of nuclear acquisition. This caused Almar to have a choice, be an acquisition of nuclear weaponry or help his economy. The next hard power did we occupied our military within neighboring nations that also had joint member organization in NATO as well as the U.S. Security Council. The two soft power tactics we did following this was opening up diplomatic channels between our president as well as President Grimmick. Once we noticed that there was the tide was curbed of nuclear acquisition to other agendas on Grimmick's end. That agreement, as well as that meeting, made the framework for an agreement that would have us provide assistance if the Republic of Elmar would follow through with the terms of that agreement regarding their acquisition of nuclear weaponry, as well as comply with international law. I now am going to open up the floor to any questions.
Was ELMAR responsive to the soft power used, despite experiencing harsh sanctions? And how did those sanctions affect the citizens of ELMAR?
Elmar was obviously very responsive to the soft power used as well as the hard power, although you don't mention that in your question, due to the fact that at the beginning they were hostile. So we had to really gain their attention. The sanctions that affect the citizens, it didn't affect them at all, to be honest. The sanctions were specifically imposed for governments and elites that actually had a say in the political agenda of what Grimmick wanted, as they very much occupied the decisions that were being made. Yes, any other
The
questions?
United States occupancy in neighboring military bases essentially cornered ELMAR. Is there any concern for military retaliation?
No, there's not any concern for military retaliation. As we know from U.S. intelligence, they did not obviously find nuclear weaponry yet at the time that we were imposing those hard actions, as well as military occupancy. And they have they lack substantive military power compared to the power of the United States. That is all the questions I have for today. Thank you all very much for being here.